Kevin Costner is a familiar face, period, but he's become a very familiar face on the Gulf Coast. First, by helping clean up some of the oil in Plaquemines Parish, the marshlands during the BP oil spill. He is now back in town. He is coming next week with his band Modern West to mark the first anniversary of the Deepwater Horizon explosion. He's having a special benefit concert coming up. It is next Wednesday, correct?
Right. It's at the House of Blues. It's called Harmony for Health. It's at 7 o'clock, and I hope everybody is able to come out and support this idea.
And you've become a huge friend of the Gulf, and especially Louisiana and Plaquemines Parish.
Well, it's something. Oil spills was something that, for whatever reason, I got interested in when I was watching the Exxon Valdez, and it was a kind of a story that seemed to repeat itself over and over since I can remember.
Yeah.
You know, people on the beach and mud, the oil kind of lapping up, and people in rubber boots, so if you see that image enough, and you wonder, why are we not progressing? I mean, all the things we're able to do in this world, and it seems all we ever do is stand on a beach and throw hay at something or have a pitchfork. And it bothered me, and so about 15 years ago I began to invest in technology that would that I thought could take this on, and was successful, and had a lot of difficulty getting the industry to.
But you've shown it really works.
Well, it does really work, and we were brought out to the Gulf last year, and we came to that fight very, very late. But what we've done is the last year we've really kept our head down, and we learned a lot while we were out there. And the company that I have, along with a lot of strategic partners, some actually here in the state, Lee Dragna in particular, we've developed these 3 vessels. So the truth is, as of today, we could combat an oil spill incredibly effectively. And so it's just really up to the industry if they want to put these in place. So
and you've got 3 of these vessels right now, right?
Right. They're 3 different sizes. One's about 40 feet, and it can move very, very quickly. It can be trailered all along the coast, so it actually could find itself in Florida or all the way to Texas. But we designed them for the parishes, for the coast, and they can travel about 40 knots, very maneuverable. And then we developed a 170-foot barge and a 330-foot barge. So the capability exists right now, and it's like, what are we going to do? And that is like a big question. What are we going to do? We know we can do it now. There's no excuse. You know, it's really an adult response to a problem that continues now and will continue into the future. So,
and there likely will be other oil spills. I mean, God forbid it happens again, but the reality is there are other oil spills that have happened that we didn't get the publicity like.
That's right. Well, there's spills. I mean, you've seen reports. I mean, somebody came up with a report the other day. It was over 6,000 spills a year, large and small. And so, but are we not going to be concerned about small spills? The truth is, we don't have to be on a beach anymore with a pitchfork and with hay, and so the solve exists, and it's something that we put a lot of time into, and the people should be protected, and the industry should should be the one pushing this absolutely the hardest.
And Kevin, is this just sort of spot cleanups, or can it do massive cleanups?
It can do massive cleanups. It's a matter of replicating these vessels. But
so you're pushing the government or the oil companies to go ahead and replicate these vessels, so we have them on the ready in case.
Well, I have testified in Congress. I mean, listen, I'm just talking about what everybody in the world knows. Is we look really feeble, okay? And so now we have an answer. So, when you talk about pushing, I can only really do so much. An industry, the most powerful industry in the world, should be pushing itself. It shouldn't be just doing what's regulated. It should be doing more than what's regulated. We expect, that's why I call it an adult response. I mean, when something happens, especially, when you're taking a resource out of the ocean and you mess up the ocean, it's really your responsibility. And the idea that we're sinking the oil, dispersants, it doesn't leave.
We don't know what that'll do to the environment.
Well, we know what it does. It's killing things, and we also know that it hasn't left the ecosystem. It's it's somewhere, okay? It's the microbes. You can only eat so much spaghetti, okay? Same with the microbes, all right? It's on our floor, it's in our marshes, and we're losing our marshland. And my company is fully prepared to actually handle repairing the marshes. So we could begin doing that next week. So where is the will, both politically and from the industry? And so I stand ready to to repair the marshes also.
And let me ask you this: we heard a report the other day from Gulf Shores. They've been collecting tar balls on the beach. They had 9,600 pounds in 1 month.
Yeah, it's not just what's on the beach; it's what's below the surface, and it's in the marshes. And when I talk about the marshes, we feel like they're losing 3 to 4 feet a day.
And that's got to stop.
Well, it has to stop. You know, listen, we have to stop ourselves. We have to kind of like pay attention, and right now there's a lot of emphasis on putting equipment down at the well to stop something. But the problem is, one of the elements that they've added to that is dispersants. So basically, again, we're sweeping it under the rug. We're going to put dispersants on oil
instead of getting rid of it
where it's leaking. I mean,
we're going to do more on this next week with
you are.
Kevin.
I think we are coming.
Yeah,
next week.
we're going to go and do something. Anyway, if you want to see Kevin Costner in Modern West, it's a great benefit for Unity, for the Gulf Benefit Concert. It's coming up next Wednesday, April 20th, at the House of Blues. It'll be the first anniversary of the Deepwater Horizon explosion. If you'd like ticket information, and it's you and I think some other bands too.
I think Voices of the Wetland,
which is great. Tab, Benoit, those guys, that'll be good. If you'd like information, you can call the number on the screen. It's 310-4999. Or always, you can go to our website, wwltv.com, click on links on 4. Thank you for coming in today, and thanks for being such a good voice.
So we're going to see you next week?
You're going to see me
next week. We're going to put you on the boats.
There you go. It'll be fun.